What's good, guys? It's your man, Coach Richie Rich, Coach Babs, and welcome to the Think Strong, Be Strong channel. If you're brand new, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. If you're an avid listener, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys have had a great week. Without further ado, we're just gonna go straight into it, shall we? Yo, guys, what's good? Welcome back. Again, if you're brand new to the channel, thanks for jumping on board. Please hit the like, subscribe channel, hit the channel button, and hit the share as well, and also hit the notifications bell so you know when I'm dropping a video. For everybody else, yo, thank you for showing up. I'll try and make this one a quick one. I always say this, but it never goes the way we plan, but that's because it's not my plan, it's the universe's plan. Now, I titled this video, Make Yourself Plan A and Not Plan B. And make yourself Plan A, not Plan B, it's important to me. And I think it should be important to you as well. A lot of us, we're generous. You know, we're selfless people, you know, where we make it a point or a habit, or we say it's in our nature to look out for other people that's around us, you know, and put other people first and make sure other people are all good before you're all good. I remember I used to have this saying back in the day, especially when I was in a relationship. I'd always be like, as long as you're happy, I'm happy, you know, or don't worry about me. As long as you're okay, that's what that matters. And I think people who know me now, I think I still kind of say it, you know, and people will probably, if there are people who know me and are watching this video, you know, drop a comment if you're not already going to drop it already to say, yeah, you do still say that. But, you know, we're just naturally like that, you know, we just naturally want to make sure everybody around us is all good. We want to, you know, we want to rush. Like, this is another thing that I do. For example, if I'm arranging to meet somebody and I know I've got other responsibilities that I kind of got to get done first as well, you will see me rushing to get my shit done just so I'm not late for the appointment, or just so I'm not late to do what I said I was going to go and do for somebody else, so they don't feel disappointed. Also, they don't feel like they're waiting, because I know how I don't like to wait longer than I need to for things or for requests that I ask for, especially when I ask for in advance. So, you know, I always find myself rushing for the other person, you understand? And putting myself out, or being exhausted, or being mentally tired, or whatever, my energy levels kind of being off, and my mood kind of being off, because I'm trying to balance myself. And then when the shoe's on the other foot, the other person, when it's their turn, they're just taking their sweet ass time. And, you know, I sometimes get a bit annoyed within myself, being like, yo, when it was me, I was showing you how important you were for me to be there on time, or for me to be at an acceptable standard to meet your requirements. And now the shoe's on the other foot, I'm waiting hours, or I'm waiting days, or I'm waiting for ages. Like, what's up with that? And that's because I think, this is my personal opinion, that's because I think we make those people plan A's when we should be making ourselves the plan A. Even when you want to do something for somebody else, still treat yourself as plan A, and they are plan B. Now, being plan B is not a bad thing. You know, back in the day, they'd be like, oh, you know, plan B is, you know, it's just like I'm second, or, you know, you're not important to me, and blah, 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 you know. You know, I've done a video before about, you know, make yourself a choice, not an option. You know, you're a choice, you're not an option. So some people might be like, so if you demote me to plan B, does that mean I'm an option and I'm not a choice? No, it's not that at all. You know, there are sayings that my mom used to say, heaven helps those who help themselves, you know, and you can't look after nobody else if you ain't taking care of yourself. In order for you to look out for yourself and take care of yourself, you have to become plan A, which means when you set yourself out to do something for somebody else, and you've got different priorities that need to get done just before you go do for somebody else, you need to take your time to take care of your things at home. Because the long and short of it is, you ain't gonna enjoy where you are anyway, because in the back of your mind you're thinking of, you need to get back to take care of your shit in a reasonable time. I give you an example. For example, I'll give you an example for an example. For example, here's the example. Right, I have a dog. Okay, and I take her out in the morning before work. No matter how early I start, I take her in the morning before work, and then when I get home from work, we go straight out the door, straight out. You know, and I try not to rush her. She's an Akita. She takes her time. So when I know I'm gonna meet somebody after work, most times I've always made them a plan A. So I go out and see them, or go out and meet up for the drink or whatever it is. I go up and do that first. Then at the back of my mind, I think on my plan B, my responsibility, my plan B, I'm worrying about how she is and how uncomfortable must she be feeling, and hope she doesn't, you know, go to the bathroom in my house kind of situation. And if she does, it's my fault because I didn't prioritize properly. I made my plan B, plan A, and I made my plan A, my plan B, which is I didn't take care of my shit first before going outside to satisfy somebody else's shit first. Do you know what I'm saying? So now I prioritize my stuff first before I go out and satisfy somebody else, or before I go out and do something for somebody else. It's the same thing with your emotions and your feelings when it comes to relationships. When you find yourself putting yourself out so much for the other person, you're doing all the messaging, you're doing all the what, you're doing all the communicating, you're trying to make all the plans, you're trying to do everything. You've made them a plan A, and you've made your feelings and the way you feel and the uncomfortability or the doubts or whatever negative feeling you're feeling, you've put it as a plan B. And you'll probably start to feel guilty about it, and you may make excuses up for the other person when the bottom line is they are plan A to themselves and you are plan B, and therefore you've also made them a plan A and you've made yourself plan B, when really and truly what you should be doing is making sure you're cool, making sure the way you feel, the thoughts that you have about the situation, everything is paramount first. Then it's them, which means you need to switch your energy from, you know, chasing that person non-stop to doing what makes your inner man or your inner spirit or your inner woman, or making you feel at ease and comfortable, making you feel safe, making you feel secure. Because plan A is always the one that you want to put the most effort into. You know, you know, everybody has a plan A for stuff, right? And they put all their effort into plan A. And if it doesn't work, there's plan B. And it doesn't mean you don't put no effort into plan B. It's just that you put everything into plan A. And you'll probably work as hard for plan B, but you kind of want plan A to fall through in a good way. It's the same thing for yourself. If you don't treat yourself like plan A and not like a plan B, then you're not going to put as much into who you think you should deserve to be, or who you know you're supposed to be, or what you know you're supposed to get. You know, and don't get me wrong, there are people out there who love knowing that you've put them first, probably because in their life they've always been put second. So it's refreshing to know that that they've been put first by the person they want to be put first for. There is not any one of my friends who can say that if they need me, I'm not there for them. Do you know what I mean? But you have to understand this. When you keep making other people plan A's, you neglect yourself. And when you're when you're filling into somebody else's life, pouring into their life, making them, you know, paramount, making them feel super important, and you neglect yourself because you don't put that much into yourself, you start to get empty, and you start to get detached, and you start to feel withdrawn, and you may feel a level of resentment, you may feel even tired, you might be in your feels, you might be moody, you don't even know what it is. It's because you've put so much into everything else that you've neglected yourself. because you're not plan A, you're plan B, or maybe even plan C, or maybe even plan D. Maybe you're not even on a plan. Maybe you're so busy helping everybody else, you don't forget about yourself. You need to make yourself a priority before you make other people a priority. You can't pour into anybody else if you're half full or empty. You just can't. It's not a, I'm not saying be selfish with your time, and I'm not saying neglect the people around you that you started to build connections with or you started to make feel special. I'm not saying that. And I'm also not saying pull the carpet from under the legs and be like, yo, surprise motherfuckers, it's all about me now. I'm not saying that either. All I'm saying is you are a priority. Sometimes you're more of a priority than everybody else that you're putting before you, because they all need you and they all want you for what you have and who you are. So when you don't make yourself a plan A, when you don't make yourself a priority, then that means you're running out of the substance that they want from you. And people, sorry to say, and it's not that I'm hating on anybody, but when you become no longer useful, people will move on and find other things and other people that are useful. When you no longer provide what is required, they will move on. It's not because they're bad people, and it's not because you're a horrible person. It's just because you can no longer perform what at the level they want. So they need to find somebody else who can perform at the level they want. And that's just because you're not making yourself a priority. You're plan B. You're not making yourself plan A. You're not putting yourself in the place you're supposed to be to and investing in yourself the way you're supposed to invest in to make it pop for everybody else around you. But if you turn on yourself and make yourself a plan A, make yourself a priority, and pour into yourself the same love, time, attention that you pour into those around you that you care about, then you will, one, always perform at your best, two, always be full to the brim, and three, you'll always be useful for everybody else around you, loved ones, job, friends, strangers, random strangers that you don't even know, you subconsciously pour into their life to make their life better. Like, you will always be at your best. But if you don't, you will feel drained. And I'm talking from experience because I've had periods when I just feel empty. I have periods when I'm like, I just can't be fucked anymore. I have periods when I'm like, just leave me alone. Everybody go away. And I know it's because I've been concentrating so much on them, I've ignored how I feel and ignored myself. Therefore, I'm drained, I'm empty, and I'm tired, and I'm fatigued, and I can't be asked, and I'm all the negative feels that I shouldn't be feeling if I made myself a priority, if I made myself the plan A. Hell, if you don't even want to call them plan B, then you can be plan, you know, A plus, and they're plan A. You understand? So they're still in the plan A bracket, but you're A star, you're an A plus. So you get that little bit more in yourself to make your missus or your mister still feel like plan A. You understand? Still feel like they are high up on the priority list. Make sure your babies feel like they're high up on the priority list, or your pets, or whatever it is, or whoever it is that you hold close. Like, don't, I'm not telling you to demote the amount of time, value, love, care, understanding, or anything that you put into the things that you value. I'm not saying demote it. I'm not saying reduce it. What I'm saying is put yourself just above it in a humble manner to make sure that you can still do for those around you that they love about you, and not find yourself drained and completely kaput or burnt out because you're giving, and you're not pouring into yourself. And don't get it twisted, there are some people out there who will pour into you, like you pour into them to keep you up. Like, they will see and they will acknowledge it and they will pour into you, but don't bank on it. Don't think that that's always going to be the case, because some people just don't know. They just think you're the gift that keeps on giving. So they'll take happily. As long as you're happily willing to give, they will happily willing to take, because you always look like you've got a lot to give. So don't make yourself a plan B, guys. Make yourself a plan A star, A plus. Like, pour into yourself as much as you pour into others, or maybe in just a bit more than you pour into others. Do you understand? Look out for yourself. Look after yourself. Look after your feelings. Look after your mindset. Look after your appearance. Look after your heart. Feed the things that you love about yourself with the things that make you happy. Feed it nicely. You know, like, you have to remember who you are and how you are is really, really important. And just like an expensive car or an expensive house or the things that you consider priceless, you know, there's a way you look after them so they maintain their shine, so they maintain their optimum performance. You know, there's a way you prioritize those things to make sure it still looks as good or still works as good as the day you first got it. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing you have to do to yourself. You have to put into yourself the things that feed you in a positive way. And you have to detoxify and take out the things that don't feed you in a positive way, that don't make you run as smoothly, that don't keep you at your optimum or at your highest. You just have to. You know, the same way you would advise somebody who you love and you care about on how to take care of themselves and make themselves feel like they matter. It's the same way you gotta do it for yourself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment or a thumbs up. Either one I'm happy with. I'll be back soon. Enjoy your Saturday. And like I always say, live your life one step, one rep at a time. Think strong, be strong. And impossible is nothing, guys. Peace.